Welcome, guys, to another exciting episode on interviews on Flexify Studios. We hope you're doing well, and please stay tuned because today's session is going to be exciting as we bring to you a very radiant model, and he's here to share all his insights on whatsoever he knows. So this might be your time to learn one or two. So please don't go anywhere. So with me is my co-host, Mr. Emmanuel. I'm not going to introduce our guest. I'll give him the honor for him to introduce himself. I'm not going to steal his spotlight. So welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Please, can you let the audience know who you are?
Mr. Prince, a model under MG Models.
Okay.
A member of We Are Models Association. I'm equally the Deputy Secretary General of the Cameroon National Youth Council for Boya Subdivision.
Wow.
I hope my ladies are closing their eyes because my eyes are already there already.
I'm gonna calm down.
So wait, I would like to correct myself. Are you married?
I'm not.
Are you searching?
Let's see how things go.
Interesting.
Okay.
So, sir, you're a model and you do so many things. How do you manage all of this?
It's all about programming.
Okay.
I think everything began when I was in the university.
Okay.
I think the problem which majority of the youths have nowadays is when they go to school, they focus just on school.
Yeah.
They forget to know that aside school, after graduation, you are going to be exposed to the work market.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So when you're a student and you focus just on school, you realize that by the time you graduate, you might spend about a year or two at home. Why? Because when you were in school, you didn't maximize your time. Back in school, what I did was I had my timetable.
Yeah.
I had to look at my school program. But I equally, before going to school, first of all, you need to know what you want to become in future.
Yeah.
So I had identified my career and I'd equally identified my skill or talent. At times, skill can even pay you more than your actual job. So what I did was I had my timetable. When it's time for school, I concentrated on school. But now, what do I do during my free hours? Now, I did law, English law, and I did masters in international law.
Interesting.
Now, what I did was, aside my school time, I realized that I was actually very good in modeling and anything that has to do with fashion designing.
Okay.
Yeah, most of my outfits I design them. So
Okay.
what
you
I
do the designs yourself?
yes, I do my
So
designs.
you just go and give to the tailor.
I do my designs by myself.
Wait.
Wait.
Do you also sew?
Yeah, I do. I do
Are
my
you
designs.
kidding me?
Right.
So-
This
Tell us
session is
more.
going to be really interesting.
I do my designs by myself. I equally do graphic designing. Yeah.
Okay.
So those
Wow.
are just minor. Those are skills you identify that I could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like talents. So what I did was I focused on my school, but aside school, I equally knew how to maximize my time. As a
Okay.
student, you don't need to sleep too much. That's the time which you need to work. So most of the times in the evenings, what I'll do is I'll try to improve my skills on graphic designing
Okay.
and equally on drawing and on fashion as well. Then from there, most of my weekends, which I don't have lectures, that's when I mostly had my modeling classes and everything because I was on the MJ models every Sunday from 12 to 4 p.m. we have practice.
Yeah.
So when we have our result sessions is during the weekend.
Okay.
Now when we have events, I think most of the events which we had back then were during the weekend. Like we had a Koshila festival, we had a Rekan festival, we had a host of other events, but most of them we had Fiafa, most of them were in the evenings and things or during weekends. So we realized that they don't clash with my
Yes.
school program.
What
When
else
it's
you're doing in
time for school, I go to school.
Okay.
But during my free time now, I'll create time to improve more on my skill and equally, of course, improve on my modeling career as well. So that's what I did. So it's very important for you not to just think about school, but equally focus both on school and other things. Now you realize that after the graduation, I already had what I wanted to do, what I wanted to do in mind. I had to expand the fashion, the clothing sector. Now I mostly do designs and supply to models when they have events like Kamif, they have Kokoros, they have Fiafa. They have a host of events. Even when I think Mr. Ticola, I think I supply designs and a host of other events. So what I do now is mostly rentals. Like I can do the designs when the models are there. I rent out to the models for them to go for their casting and a host of other events. And it's also a means of income.
Definitely.
Means of
Exactly.
income.
But now, my curiosity is at the beginning. When did you actually identify that you wanted to become a model, or you wanted to dive into the modeling industry? When
Okay.
exactly, and what triggered you to go there?
All right. Growing up, I've always had a sense of fashion. Okay. Growing up, I always had a dream to become a magistrate.
Oh,
Now that's why I did
the
law.
fashion is that is a magistrate.
So, and I equally had a sense of fashion. So most of the times, to my outfit, maybe the way I walk, my friends actually were the ones who encouraged me to go and do modeling or
Interesting.
engage in the fashion industry.
Just from your style of work.
Yeah, from my style of working and
Yeah,
my
I can
way of
also
dressing.
try. You know, my style
I'll
of
never
work.
So they encouraged
I'll
me.
never encourage
You
you
are
to
not
do
my friend.
modeling.
You said it's friend.
And you talk about it a year before I took a bold step.
Interesting.
See,
So-
but I'm already there, so you can hype me.
So if it's going to be a disaster, let's just leave it at that for now. So with all of this going on, apart from your friends hyping you, were there any other inspirations that you got from, any other big model that you looked up to, or family? Did
Like,
any
is
other
it just
person?
from the hyping of your friends that made you to go into it?
No, not just that. Before engaging to the modeling field, I used to attend events.
Interesting.
Yes, I used to.
So
We had that DCC award, the Val Comment Complex Award, and a host of other events which I used to attend. So I always see how the models are catwalking, how they come and showcase the outfits of designers and a host of other things.
Yes.
I loved it. So it was very easy for me to engage into the field because I remember when they had DCC awards. I did what they call positive skin.
Yeah.
Like I went to where the models were lodged. They were lodged at a Marathon Hotel. Where they were lodged, I think I went. I had my designer outfit. So the designer saw my outfit and she appreciated it.
Okay.
So and she asked me if I have an interest in modeling or I've ever tried it before, and I was like, no, but I would love to. That's how she introduced me to the models who are available. We're supposed to do the catwalk in the runway that night. So I met with them, we exchanged contacts, and for 1 week after, I was in MP models.
Interesting. That's a very quick, but how will I say, is a bold step because not everybody will want to have that courage to actually go towards whatsoever to be able to
face that
express.
fear. But
Exactly.
now, my next point is this: you already had that interest for modeling, the interest for the fashion industry. Why going for law again? Why doing law? Whereas we know that law and modeling typically has nothing in common technically.
Yes,
Okay,
you started the law
now
before.
you have to know how to separate between your career and a talent.
Okay.
If you at times your talent might pay you more than your career. And it's very important for you to be educated no matter the field you find yourself in.
Very important.
That's why you see even artists, they go to school.
Yeah.
Yes.
At times they even take online studies. You get. So I might have a talent insofar as fashion is concerned, but never will I ever neglect my career. Because that is one of the reasons why I went to school. I had a focus. That was my primary dream. My primary goal was to go to school and become an administrator or a magistrate.
Yeah.
Now I discovered other talents and I had to develop them. It's let's say an additional form of income. So it depends on me how I manage my time. I manage my time properly. That's why I was able to succeed both in the administrative sector and in the fashion sector.
And you are doing it so well because you are same time the Secretary General, right?
Deputy Secretary General, National Council.
You see the way your
that's
shoes
administration.
are there.
And you are also in the modeling world, like you do. It's amazing, man.
As
I
in,
like that.
really pass me.
Yeah.
That is with everything you've been listing, you're a model, you're a this, you're a that. Okay, we're really confused. How do you balance your life? How does everything
Do you
go
have a
through?
girlfriend?
All right, before I get to your question, let me answer her. first.
Okay.
With my program when it concerns work,
Yes.
administrative wise.
Mhm.
We work from Monday to Fridays.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I used to hit the runway back in university, and before I got engaged into administrative sector fully.
Yeah.
Now I can't hit the runway again. Not that I don't want to, but at times when you occupy a position, there are certain things which you have to limit. But not being able to hit the runway because of the fact that I'm involved in administration is not a barrier. What I do is I can't hit the runway anymore. But what can I do since I have love for fashion? What I did now is instead of hitting the runway, I focus more on the designing aspect.
That's a very
And guide
brilliant.
other people
So
to hit the runway.
I can train other models in private.
Yeah.
Then I can do my designs, and when they have their modeling events, I supply my designs.
Wow.
So when I
Smart.
supply the designs, they use it for the events, and they pay me because they're renting my designs. So
But
they're renting, and I'm equally advertising my designs. I'm equally getting more clients.
you still call
Definitely.
yourself a model. How does it add up?
I want a model, always a model. If I'm called to
Always.
hit the runway, I will.
Okay.
I don't because of my job.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
and also because
Understand.
you'll be biased. When given the position he has to come again to do the commission and him winning will not be convinced. Will be like, no, it's because he has a position there. But now
Really?
let's come back to my question. Do you have a girlfriend?
I do.
How does she cope with your lifestyle? Because definitely you don't have time
You're
for
very
her.
busy.
You have time for her.
I do. It's also a matter of, first of all, when you're getting a partner, you should get someone who understands you,
Definitely.
someone who knows you and accepts you for who you are. So she knows my schedule. She knows what I do.
Yeah.
So she is at times she might have an issue with attention. It's been normal because normally girls are jealous and they always want attention. But despite my busy schedule, I always create time and I have a special way I do makeup. Because maybe going for
Definitely.
events, going for an outing, or just taking the day, no work, just
Yes,
spending
It's
time
really
together.
good. Now I like that. But let's talk about the initial challenges you had when you started your career. What are some of the challenges and how did you face them?
All right, looking at the challenges I had, time management. That's the first challenge I had. So time management because just imagine doing masters. A class is about 4 hours. So you can have two classes and you're in school from 9 to 6. So what do you
Yes.
do?
Yeah.
You realize that most of your work, insofar as design is concerned, is done at night.
Shifted to the night.
To the night. So you rarely have time to sleep.
Hectic.
It's really hectic. So first of all, you need to know how to program yourself.
Okay.
Now, how was I able to manage? I went for this training, the Cameroon Civic Service training program. In the training program, we had paramilitary training.
What do you mean by paramilitary training?
We mean that we have the basics insofar as the military training is concerned. We have the
They
basics.
get you a gun.
No, not that.
No.
Like you have basic time when you wake up. Like everything there is timing.
Okay.
They don't joke with it.
They don't joke with it.
When did you say that training is? I think
It's
I
at
think it-
CK. It's cool. It's for Cameroonian youths within the age group of 17 to 21. Okay, just like how you have the Nigerian youth service, so too you have the Cameroon Civic Service.
Oh, okay.
So I was
Really?
trained in the Cameroon. Yes.
Never heard.
It does exist. I'm
Wow.
the regional president for Southwest. Our mobilization is ongoing. The program always runs from July to August. So those who want
So
to
what
enroll
about
to the
some of
training
us that we
program-
have gone a step ahead? How do we do now? So we are adults.
You guys have to just
It's just to write
relax,
to the
chill.
ministry and see how they can adjust things. But for now, it's just for Cameroonian youths from between the range of 17 to 21. And it's focused more on morality, aim at
Okay.
shaping the conduct of youth, making them to be time conscious, and involving them in so many things and participation insofar as nation building is concerned and work of general interest. So it's very educative.
Yeah. We
The training-
definitely have to talk more about that because there we have many youth out there that need to know
They need
such program
such,
because it's very
exactly.
important.
Very, very
It's very
important.
important. It helps to shape them up, give them that foundation that they can build anything on.
And during the training program, they have talks from personalities like they have courses like moral rearmament, they have a course on civic education, first aid, and adolescent reproductive health, and a host of other training programs. There you have magistrates who come to talk to them, TOs, you have mayors, you have members of Ministry of Youth Affairs,
And
and a
something that is
host
being
of
taken care of by the government.
It's the fully sponsored by the government. You don't pay a dime. All you need to do is just to photocopy your ID card, get the form, fill it, and submit it at the regional office of the Cameroon of the National Civic Service. Once you submit, there's a selection criteria which is being carried out. The selection board is headed by the governor. Once selection is done, those selected, I think this last year they selected 150
For Southwest.
conscripts for Southwest, meaning that persons all over Southwest will apply for the training program. They select 150, and there's a waiting list. In case before the training, but the selection is always mostly done around, let's say, May, June, where the training is supposed to be in July. They choose July because we have persons from um, secondary school to university will apply. And during that time, UB is done with exams. Most secondary school children are done with the GC and everything. Yeah, so they can catch up. So there's always a waiting list for those who fail to show up. There's always a wait. They call those in the waiting list to replace them. But everything, feeding, lodge, accommodation, everything is fully sponsored by the state. Their uniforms, their sport wears, everything is given to them during the training program for free.
What a beautiful
Never
training.
heard of such a
Never
thing.
heard.
Appreciate
You
it.
see,
That's very interesting.
we keep on bringing value here.
Exactly. So, guys, we're almost to the end of the show. We hope you're still there and you're learning a lot. So, sir, before we leave you, we would like to know your future goals, any future aspirations. Are you hoping to remain just here, or there are still bigger goals to attain?
Insofar as my goals are concerned, first of all, I love diplomacy. I love working in the administrative sector. So, I would like to keep
Are
on
you
going
planning to-
higher.
Are you planning to be the next Konkuma?
Why not be the president of the country? Why not be the president of the country? Is very possible. It's very, very possible.
Yeah,
I think what I'm doing is just a stepping stone for what is ahead.
definitely.
So I'm not going to determine what I will become, but I hope someday I become the president of this nation.
And we're definitely going to vote.
Amen.
Secretary General
Secretary General.
is my post now. All right.
So, sir, any last words?
Yes.
before-
Before we even go in, I want to ask, how do you see the modeling industry from before and now? Do you see any growth? And how do you see in the future to come?
I think at first the modeling industry was very renowned. There wasn't money in the industry back then. It was more of fame.
Okay.
Once
Yeah,
you're a
yeah,
model,
fame,
you had the
fame,
fame and
yes.
everything. But then there became a time where there was a crisis in the modeling industry, especially due to the Anglophone crisis which we had. Before the Anglophone crisis, we had majority of the events which were carried out within Southwest, especially in Boya. But now, after the crisis, most events that were hosted were being taken out of the Southwest region, which made it very difficult for talent to fill up. We had
Yes.
its depreciation as far as the events were concerned, casting for models was concerned, and everything. So it was really bad. Most investors now took events out of Boya or out of the Southwest. Now, for models to go for casting for events or participate in events, they needed to move from Southwest and go to other towns. And they have to take care of their transport, their feed, and everything. So it was very costly. Very, very costly.
Definitely. And
But-
given the fact that they have to take care of everything.
Yeah. But I think around 2020, after COVID-19, I don't know, but I think during COVID-19, the modeling industry, many people were thinking what they can do to bring back or to improve as far as the modeling sector is concerned. After COVID-19, we had a growth of events. Many events were being organized. If you realize, you have Mr. World Cameroon, you have Mr. Boya now, you have Mr. Tiku,
Yes.
you have Miss Feast, and many events have been organized. Now you even see our models going out of the country. At first, it was very rare. Mr. World Cameroon, Miss Cameroon is very renowned, and the prizes are so wonderful. Now, despite the fact that many events were created, there was something new introduced, which is online voting. Online voting has its negative aspect, its positive aspect. At first, if you saw you're a model and you're supposed to win for an event, there's nothing like online voting. You come during the event, you catwalk, and the population determines who wins. But
So
now,
it means if I bring my crowd,
but now, somebody can win without even knowing how to catwalk.
because
hit
he
the
has
wrong
a
way.
crowd.
Why? Because most of the competitions now are being spearheaded by what? Online
Online.
voting.
Yeah.
So once you have magic, you have many voters. What happens? You can make an event without even know the basics about modeling, which is bad. But
Yes.
there are some events in which you have online voting, but you still have
The
the
jury.
catwalking aspect hitting the
Yeah.
runway. There
Okay.
are some events like that. Those ones are very nice. For example, you had Mountain Miss Mountain Race, and
It's
you
11th
have
February.
yes Miss Elephant and the rest of the things. They had online voting, but at the same time, you still needed to hit the runway. Meaning you don't only have to have the fan base, but you need to do the basics. You need to be intelligent, and you equally need to know how to hit the runway.
You know, I was almost forgetting something. We've been talking only about the jelly moments. We've not really talked on the main thing that is scaring most youths away from modeling. You know, most youths want to go into modeling, but there's this aspect of trying to especially the females, there are risks of losing their self esteem,
Their
especially their
dignity, given the
dignity and
fact that
all
their
of
body
that.
is too exposed.
Okay.
Exactly. So
Now we had types of shootings.
yeah,
It's true there are some shootings that are very unprofessional and almost nudity.
Yes, yes.
Now, at first, these things happened. Why? Because there was no proper organization of the modeling sector.
okay.
You had different modeling agencies, and there was really nobody to really find out what those agencies are doing. There were agencies that were created which who were actually we actually did their job by training models. Why there were other agencies that were created because maybe those in charge of the agency just wanted to have their way with girls.
Yeah, yeah.
Get.
Yes, yes.
But now there's Boya Models Association which has been created.
Okay.
Hear me. Now, Boya Model Association is in charge. First of all, they're registered.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
even have a T-shirt. They even
Yeah.
have a card, professional card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, they are in charge of what supervising all modeling agencies, meaning that they've come now as one. They have their rules and regulations. So I'm
Interesting.
sure, as we speak, the privacy and the respect for females, most especially, is well respected.
Okay.
And in case you are being sexually abused or doing something which you don't like,
Yes,
you can go
yes.
to your model
We are
association and
modeling
complain. They'll know what to do. And they are working in collaboration with the delegate of arts,
Okay.
Ministry of
Okay.
Arts, so they're working with her directly. So in case of anything, when you report to them, they'll know what to do and they'll report to the adequate authority for them to take adequate measures.
But
Very
now
interesting.
let's dive now to someone out there that wants to also dive into the industry of modeling because you have so lot of talent. And
Okay.
if I'm a young person out there, let's say I'm back in my 15, right? I would love to follow your path.
Your pan. Yeah.
What will you tell a young guy out there to do, and how should he do it? What do he need to go into the industry?
Now to go to the modeling industry, there was Runway 101 that was for free, organized at Checkpoint.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it was Runway 101 organized for free, in which professional models or older models came. They organized a free casting. If you know you're interested in modeling, you have a passion for it, you're supposed to meet at Checkpoint. There was a time frame and it was communicated to social media and everything. And many models showed up, more than 100.
Wow.
They were trained for free. They were trained on modeling and everything, catwalking, and a host of other things. I think almost every time they had the training sessions, you had at least a former model or a Mr. or Miss who will come and
They'll come
talk to
hold
them,
their-
encourage them, and
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. So it was very important. So the youth, first of all, they need to be informed. They need to get
Definitely,
their
definitely.
ears on the ground and be informed about such opportunities.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's either you're informed or you're deformed.
Exactly.
It's very important for them to be informed.
Mhm.
And you need to be focused. You need to know what you want. And you have to start working on what you want early. Because if you don't know what you want, then when you're done with studies, you might be frustrated.
Very
Definitely.
frustrated.
Before you realize,
Before
2
you
years have
realize
passed,
it,
you're still there.
before you realize it, you're done with school, you have nothing doing. So make use of your youth, make use of your universities because those are the stepping stones towards realization of your projects after graduation.
Mr. Please, one last one for me. This one is my last of the last.
All right.
One message from Mr. Prince to the youth.
All right. For the youths, the message I have for them just is saying that 1,000 times let's remind ourselves that the fruits we are benefiting from today are the labors of others, both living and dead. And we must examine ourselves to act in the same manner as others did, so that others may equally benefit from the fruits of our labors.
That's a
Definitely.
very
And we need
big
to keep
one.
the cycle going.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir. It's
Welcome.
powerful. Keep that. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
So, guys, thank you very much for staying tuned. We hope this session was very, very helpful to you and to all upcoming models, aspiring models. There's a way for you to maintain your dignity and still move into modeling. Like he said, you can get to where.
Models Association.
Thank you very much. So, guys, in the next session, we hope you keep streaming Flexify Studios for more entertaining interviews and podcasts that are still to come. By the way, this is Flexify Studios, and we are the home of Cameroon Entertainment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you.